What's up, guys? So this is a bald fade on my buddy John. We are balding out with a good solid guideline, going around the head all the way with the Low Pro FX with the Gold FX blade. And I know a lot of people like to use clippers for this, but I like to use a trimmer because I feel like it gives me better control around the ears, truly getting that really, really low. Guys, I really appreciate you letting me show you what I can, and if you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe, like the video, let me know what you think about what we're doing here. I'm just trying to give a different angle, a different thought of what I do as a barber. Now I'm taking the FX3 shaver, I'm going around and balding him out, and as you can see, one of the tips I like to teach you guys is that whenever you start off with a shaver, start a little bit below your bald line, but actually start by going down with the grain and then come back up and come back up a little bit shy of where you started to go down. That's just going to give a smooth blend. And as you can see, my buddy John, man, he's a talker, man. We have a lot of fun times just chatting about sports. Actually, he is a trainer at the Lifetime Athletic that I used to be a barber at, so we, former co-workers in a way. But like I said before in my last video, guys, I'm going to try to keep my cutting style true and not really change it that much for the camera. I like working around the head for each step. Whenever I bald out, I go all the way around. Whenever I shave, I go all the way around. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking the apex and I've got the blade all the way open and I'm setting a guideline about an inch and a quarter up from that initial bald line. And what I'm doing right there, guys, I'm stretching out my fade perimeter. By doing that, I'm keeping my consistency around the head. I'm not just going off on feel. I'm actually giving myself measurements to work with. I think it's also important that you guys see these fades on gray hair because, you got different density of hair anyway, but you also now have different colors and color density as well as hair density. So salt and pepper hair is very tricky whenever you're first starting off. Now I'm taking my Wall Senior that I've got with the Filthy Blends mod with the Andis Fat Master blade, and I'm just going around taking down some of that bulk. Once again, guys, whenever it comes to cutting with a blade versus a guard, it's kind of hard to beat the kind of perfection you get and smooth cut you get between detachable blades and in the case of the Fat Master blade, just having a blade. It just grabs the hair with all those teeth and it cuts it smoother than any guard can. I'm just going through, and with his length, it doesn't take a whole lot of extra work. I typically, on him, use a dry scissor over comb technique just to break down that top length. And one little trick is that whenever you're going through the top length like that, do it diagonally. Like I just pulled it from his front right corner and pulled it back to his back left. That right there keeps cut marks from occurring, and it also is easier to cross-check whenever you start working through the hair. Now I'm taking the apex and I'm going about half closed. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of buffing out that bottom section right there, getting a little bit more of that line of demarcation taken away. And this is a movement that you guys are going to hear me talk about a whole lot. I don't like the idea of flicking or using a scoop method whenever it comes to using a clipper. There's a kind of a slide that happens whenever you work in the hair with the teeth and truly glide out because of the head shape with the heel of the clipper. And you can barely see me kind of buffing that part out right there. And right now I've got the apex fully closed and just trying to work that out a little bit more. We can start to see that blend happening. As you can see, I'm not using the entire clipper blade. I'm working between the middle of the blade and I'm working between the edges. Sometimes the corner, sometimes the middle, but on the round of the head, you got to be conscious of where you're cutting. On a beautiful day like that, it's nice to have that garage door up. Makes for a fun barbering experience, especially on a nice day. Now I'm taking my FX3 trimmer, and I've considered this kind of my long trimmer the way I've got it set up right here, is I'm going through and kind of just buffing out that difference, that slight difference between my low pro, the way it's set, and the apex all the way closed. Sometimes you'll see a difference, sometimes you won't, but it's good to have a tool for every purpose. And guys, if you're wondering, yeah, the whole woodshed barber thing is the fact that because of COVID, I transformed my garage / woodworking shop into my barber shop. So I've got all my woodworking tools everywhere, as well as now a kind of a man cave lounge for my barber shop, and it's been a fun experience. Right here, I'm just kind of reverse tapering his beard into that bald fade. Tell you what, guys, having that Fat Master blade on a Wall Senior, that is just, it's one of my favorite setups I've ever had. The fact that I can actually go from stubble all the way to a 2 and not have to touch a guard is just it's really is a pleasure. So now I'm going through with that FX3. I'm just kind of buffing out the edges of his hair. Just kind of buffing out some of those little hidden hairs that try to hide behind the ears. And that's one thing, guys, whenever it comes to detail, whenever it comes to polishing up a haircut, it really is the fact that after the haircut already looks good, you keep working trying to make it look better. You know, the kind of haircuts I started off doing, yeah, they would take me, 5, 10, 15 minutes. But whenever I learned how to polish up my haircuts, I saw a higher retention of my clients. And it's because people really appreciate attention to detail. Coming through with a little bit of clipper of a comb, just kind of tying in some of those little gray stragglers that we all see. That's another thing about gray hair, is it has kind of a mind of its own. You'll have crazy strays that do their own thing. Sometimes gray hair becomes way too soft, way too pliable. Sometimes it's very, very coarse. And don't have the best camera angle there, but do what I can. Guys, I appreciate you tuning into this. Thank you for all your support so far, and I hope to bring you a whole lot more stuff in the future. Thank you, guys. Like, subscribe, and I'll check you on the next one.